Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Irad. And for those of you who don't know, I live in Taiwan. I live in Taipei, Taiwan. And Taiwan is one of the main technological hubs of this planet. We've got so many tech companies based here that are making products that we're using without even knowing every day, especially when it comes to microchips. But they're extremely good also at innovative products, computers, cell phones. Lots of companies that are based here, you know, thinking Asus, Acer. I think they're all here. Gigabyte is there as well. HTC. We don't see HTC that much anymore though, but all of these are Taiwanese companies. And so every year we've got this expo called the Computex here, and this gentleman here who actually has a Star Citizen. I didn't notice in the thumbnail. I just noticed it here. Who has a Star Citizen concierge polo shirt. It's got a concierge polo shirt. I didn't notice it. I just noticed it now. Well, he went to Taiwan. And he did something that I did not do because I don't have time. I've got a job, a full-time job during the day, which prevents me from doing so. And he went to the Computex. And this is a video called Convince Me I Should Play Star Citizen. So I'm looking forward to see what this is about here.
Star Citizen. Hey Internet, Gordon Ung with PC World here from Computex 2023. I am talking to one of my favorite...
Also, it's actually this guy's video. All right, okay, and he is with That Poet's Hero, who actually I follow on Twitter. So that's why I'm looking forward to seeing what this is about.
Tech talkers.
Yeah,
my brain is a little fried. Yes. This is The Poets. By the way, go to his YouTube channel. He is also on YouTubers, DAPOETS. But honestly, your TikTok content is top notch. This guy
I will never make any TikTok content. I understand this is where they have a huge audience. I understand that there's money to make there. I will never go to TikTok. And the reason why is because it's a Chinese company. As long as the Communist Party rules mainland China, I will never back any Chinese company because of what they're doing, because of their oppressive regime, because they want to... I am in the front. I live in Taiwan. I'm in the front line. They threaten my lifestyle as a free citizen enjoying freedom, liberty, and democracy. You guys, you know, in America, you guys in Europe, you got luxury. You know, you're not threatened by. I mean, maybe in some ways, but not directly. You're not militarily threatened by a tyrannic regime that threatens to destroy your lifestyle. And that's what we have to endure here in Taiwan. Because they want to invade us. And the reason, and thank God for America for protecting us so far and deterring China. Because if it wasn't for America, then we'd already been under the Chinese iron fist. So that's why I refuse to back Chinese companies. I refuse to go on TikTok because what you don't understand with those Chinese companies is that all the data they're collecting, the Chinese government, the communist government, all they can say is, hey, give us all data. We want to see who is using what and what they do. They can. And all of a sudden, all of your data, all of your preferences, everything that you're doing, well, the Chinese Communist Party can know. And being a critic of that regime, I can't do that. Because if one day if they come and for some reason I'm still in Taiwan, you're not going to be seeing me again. Because, you know. So that's why I am not on TikTok.
Loves to water cool everything. He even water cools his NAS unit. Yeah. Delidded,
Liquid metal.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't want to talk about all his awesome hardware coverage.
Yeah, I think we're going to talk about Star Citizen in this
logo on
video.
his shirt because he plays Star
Random.
Citizen,
Yeah.
which I didn't even know had come out because it's
No, it did not come out. No, Star Citizen has not come out.
been kind of the butt of the joke of gamers and the internet that never launched.
It's not really out, but it's playable.
There
So-
you go, there you go, there you go. It's not out, it's playable. I like the difference. Good difference there. It's playable. That's what they say. That's why you see in the commercials, right? Playable now.
Whatever that means. So it's a playable
Whatever
alpha,
that means.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
But
it's
like 6 years of playable alpha, right?
maybe more.
Okay.
Maybe more. Yeah.
Oh no, more. It's 9 years now. 9 years of playable alpha, because they started in 2014.
The thing is, it's one of the least toxic, or basically most positive communities out there for gaming. That's one of the things that really brought me into it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Because when I started making Starfield videos on my channel, I saw my subscriber count drop. I mean, the people were leaving like. And I saw comments like, "Oh, you're making videos that are not Star Citizen. I'm out of here. I'm unsubscribing because that's not. I'm not so sure, man."
Because I played many different games over the years. I love space sims and stuff like that. Played Elite Dangerous, like 1,600 hours.
Yeah,
of Elite
Ducker,
Dangerous.
that's true. But I've had a lot of new people coming thanks to Starfield, actually, so I'm glad I did that. But yeah, the first days I started making Starfield videos, oh my gosh.
Pandemic. And then one day of playing Star Citizen, I never went back to Elite Dangerous. Literally, just one day of playing it. That's the immersion and the positive community.
Oh, so he was into Elite Dangerous before, okay.
Like just being in game, I'm like, how do I do this? And just like all kinds of help and support came out.
Yeah, that is true. People are very supportive and helping in Star Citizen because you don't have a tutorial, right? How do you figure out how to play? And sometimes even I do it. I'm an original backer of Star Citizen. I've been backing Star Citizen since almost day one, back in 2012, and sometimes even I still don't know how to do certain actions or certain things, and I'm asking the people in the chat, and they're always so kindly answering and say, "Oh, this is what to do," and that's not because I'm a live streamer or I'm a content creator. Sometimes I'm using my alt account where I'm being anonymous, and they're still helping as well. You've already been out of Elite Dangerous for a year before you discovered Star Citizen. So ouch. Ouch for... How long have you been backing Star Citizen, Sully? Please let me know as well in the chat.
When you compare that to other games where you're like, how do I pull this trigger? And then everybody's going to trash you and
Right.
talk about your mama.
So
know?
you said actually it's interesting because you can have how many players per server?
Right now, like 120, but that's going to be growing, because before it was like 50 people, then they hit 100, then 120. We actually had like 113 people just on one ship together.
Wow. Oh, yeah. So I think he went to Morphologist's party ship, I
It
think.
was a space yacht, and we had a lot of fun with that. In fact, there's such a positive community that when people knew I was flying to Taipei for a Computex, some of the Star Citizen people started reaching out to me that live here in Taipei. They're like, hey, can we get together and stuff? And even in Los Angeles, there's the big Star Citizen hoopla. It's like an annual thing that they do, and that's actually being held in LA, which is kind of nice, called CitizenCon. So like the CIG, the big company, they just do a whole big event for people just to come and enjoy. Because
Yeah, I think it's awesome that the community indeed can get back together here. That's awesome. Solar, oh, you backed in March 2022. All right, I see.
that's how positive the community is.
Huh.
2014
And I will tell
Oscar?
you, my gaming community currently is a little toxic. I'm one of the toxic people, in fact. That's why I'm so excited to look for a game that's more positive.
Yeah.
But you also mentioned something that's really cool. So if you said if you leave a rock somewhere, it stays there.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's still in development. So if you're the type of person that
Persistent entity streaming. Now, persistent entity streaming is still having some hiccups, but I mean, talk about everything that we can already achieve in Star Citizen to somebody who has no clue. It does sound amazing. Now, it's not that amazing because it's a work in progress, obviously, and it can be frustrating for sure. But when you think of it, think of all those crazy technologies that have been invented for Star Citizen. Yeah, on paper, it's fantastic. That the execution is not always fantastic when you're encountering bugs. It's funny, but still, it's something that you're not gonna see in any other game. Of course, we were talking about Starfield just before doing this reaction here. A lot of the technologies that we see in Star Citizen, you're never gonna see them in Starfield.
Loves to see new things coming out. Like, I know people play video games and like, oh, the DLC is coming out soon. No, the game is actually in development. So if you see a bug, type a report, they may fix it. If you're like, hey, this would play so much nicer if you do this, they may add it to the game, with the community support and stuff. And so now one of the newest things is called Persistent Universe, where if you're like in
Persistent entity stream
your ship and you put a fuzzy doll on your desk in the ship, it's going to be there until you just take it away months later, 6 months later. If you land on a moon and you, I don't know, throw your gun on the, if I can say that on the channel.
Yeah, you can.
Your weapon on the ground, you come back a month later, it's still going to be there unless another player came and picked it up.
Or, he forgot something. Unless the server crashes. But that's not going to be the case anymore when we're going to have server meshing. When we're going to have server meshing, it will still run. But as of right now, we don't have it. So it all depends on the lifespan of the server as well.
It's a massive multiplayer game. And it's such a nice community because you can actually land somewhere and then see other people landing their ships or taking off in ground vehicles and doing their thing. You can do co-op stuff together.
Yeah, but the problem when you're doing co-op is one of the best thing to do in Star Citizen. Don't get me wrong. I love doing that. And I love doing that with the community in the Rat Club as well. If you have not, please check the link in the description down below on YouTube. You'll find our Discord channel there. We love to hang out. We don't do it very often because 3.19 was quite a problem, but now we have 3.19.1, so hopefully it should be working a little better. So we're going to do more of those. But yes, the problem when you do co-op is the logistics. You've got to gather all together at the same time. You've got to get all the right equipment. It takes about 1 to 2 hours before we can finally do what we do, at least in my community. So that's the big problem there.
You can go bounty hunting. If another player is against the law, you'll have missions to go and get them and bring them to justice, and they can go to jail.
I love doing that.
So a lot of my, I guess, best memories in the game have just been with others. That's when the shenanigans happen. That's when you're like, okay, we're going to go do this mission, but then the game goes sideways.
Oh yeah, you can tell the guy has been playing quite a bit. Yeah, everything always goes wrong. There's always something that you don't figure out that's going to be happening. Someone screws up, the game screws up, someone outside of your operation is coming. There's always something happening.
And that's how you just remember for months and years all the fun that you've had in this game. So it's new technology. The company that's putting it together is called CIG. Robert Space Industries is kind of the whole term. But they actually are literally developing new tech in order to develop the game. So it's stuff that's just never been created before. And that's what's mind-blowing about it for me, being a tech enthusiast. So if you have the highest end hardware, it's still going to kind of struggle because I push the limits. I play in 4K, ultra settings. So I'm going to know how this 13900 KS processor is going to perform with.
Lucky man. I wish I could do that. I wish you could see my crazy shit setup here. I can't. I don't even have an office. I can't do that. In Taiwan, that's where I wish I could live in a place where, we could. In a place where real estate was cheap. In Taiwan is one of the places where real estate is one of the most expensive in the world. I'm not joking. I live in a family apartment. We have 3 bedrooms here. There's one for me and my wife, one for my kids, and one for grandma, which is my wife's mom. And that's basically it. She sleeps where it was to be my office. So I have to wait for my kids to go to school so that I can live stream, which is why there are many days I can't live stream because my kids are sick or they're here, and when they're here, I cannot use their room for. But I'm not joking. I'm going to show you where I am right here. Yeah, this is my kid's room. This is I'm not joking. All right. So that's why I can't do that. But it's one of my wet dreams, being able to have my own office and being able to play those games with huge, nice screens, an actual desktop PC, not a laptop that I'm using right now. Oh man.
Thermoelectric cooling.
Yeah, but if you please share also in the comment section down below what is your setup? How do you experience your game? It's probably better than my own experience.
Sub-ambient, or the 4090, or a 7950X, or the X3D chip. So that's one thing about PC hardware testing that I really enjoy is what's the real world testing. Anybody can run a benchmark. What is Cinebench R23 saying? But how does it perform on patch 3.18 in Star Citizen, and then the next week is patch 3.19? Does it perform worse, better?
Okay.
And there's a whole community that wants to know because they're going to go to Micro Centers or Best Buy or wherever to buy the hardware specific for the game that they love.
Right.
Yeah, okay. So that's what he does. All right.
And so when I produce content, I'm like, hey, this is excellent for Star Citizen. People actually go out and purchase that hardware, which is mind-blowing to me, but yeah, I'm happy to help with that.
I mean, your system's pretty high-end,
Yeah.
4090, 13900K, X3D parts.
Yeah.
Do I need that to play this game? Because I got a way more broken down system than yours. So.
Well, if you have multiple 4090s, that may help. Yeah, but no.
How's it get down?
It's, again, in alpha. So it's
Okay.
not optimized at all. So when they're putting a feature in the game, it's to see if it conceptually works.
Okay.
And if the players love it.
You brought your gaming screen from Europe to where you live? Oh man, that must have been expensive.
And if they need to tweak it. And then down the road, then they'll optimize it so it'll run on bare bones systems, right?
Yeah, it will run on bare bones. And the Ducky has got a 1080, and I'm pretty sure that it still runs pretty well as well.
And so older features that are in game, yeah, they run very nicely on 1060s, GPUs
Okay.
and lower end CPUs. But it is a CPU intensive game, GPU intensive game, need a lot of RAM. That all helps out. Okay. So it's something.
Yeah, I would suggest. I mean, if you don't have Star Citizen yet, but you're thinking about RAM, 32 is the way to go, right? 16, yeah, it's not. And even the difference between DDR4 and DDR5 makes a big difference. I've got DDR4 on my older laptop, which has also a 270 RTX, and it takes about 10 more seconds to load the game on average. When I boot the game at the same time on both laptops, this one here with DDR5 actually launches the game about 10 seconds faster on average than the other one. So yeah, it does make a difference, right?
Something that you don't need to spend too much money on, but you want to make sure you have a good
You're lucky,
experience.
Oscar, that she
That
doesn't
is
want to
actually the
leave
most
them to
important
live with
question
you.
Because I saw like Star Citizen, I thought like, wow, this ship looks cool. Some of it's pretty.
Yeah.
Some of it's very expensive. What does it take for a cheapskate like me to get into the game? Do I
You can get any starter ship.
need to pay a lot of money?
Well,
No.
I know you're a very wealthy man. So
I got kids.
You can easily spend $40,000 on a ship package in Star Citizen. You could easily spend $45, dollars and then that's it. No subscription, nothing like that. So it's really dependent on how you want to support the game.
Yes. Yeah, he's got it. This guy, he understands Star Citizen. It's how you want to support the game. You don't need anything else than a starter ship at $45. Absolutely.
bucks.
And then you can progress, you can crew with other people, you can make money. There are many ways, there are many tutorials from zero to hero, and then you can buy the ships in game. It's how you want to support the
Basic
studio.
ship, game package, go off and running, and you can buy all the ships in game just from playing the game. If you really become enthused about it, or if you're a busy person like me, I mean, you're busy too, but like if there's a wipe, like everything starts from zero, I just want to log into the game and, hey, my ships are there because I purchased them. And it's a good feeling because I'm supporting a game that I know and love, and I love the community. So it's kind of a nice benefit. My money's helping the project.
Right.
Yeah, it's all about, do you have time or not? Like that's also the thing, right? As I said, I got a family. I got a full-time job that's out of that. I don't have time. If I was a full-time streamer, I think I'll only have a starter package, actually. Because I would totally enjoy doing those 0 to hero runs, and I'll be proud of progressing in the game. And I wouldn't mind doing it all over again if there's a wipe, but I don't.
But
and I think a
I
lot
don't
of
have
you
time
also.
To spend a week to get the ship that I want and love, I can just log in and it's there. So it depends on how you want to do it.
No, I hear you. I play World of Warships.
I love World of Warships. Yes.
I never tried it.
I do, but I will say it's challenging for the class I play. And it's just gotten so hard, and I'm looking for a nicer experience, so that's why I'm excited about it. And I buy plenty of ships, so I'm okay with that. Because there's certain things that I like, and it's worth supporting them.
Yeah.
There you go. Try Star Citizen.
I'm looking for something new. So.
It's a good balance, you know, because World of Warships is honestly the only other game I actively play.
You played a few years ago, Oscar.
Okay.
All right.
Because Star Citizen's, vast.
I'm looking forward to Skull and Bones. I know that a lot of people are shitting on Skull and Bones. We haven't seen much at the Xbox conference or at Ubisoft Forward, which is a bit concerning. I hope it ships one day. But I think it's kind of experience that's it's going to be relaxing. People don't really see that much. I think it's going to be more like a tactical action game. For me, it's going to be relaxing. And I cannot wait to be trying it out. And that's what Skull and Bones is going to be for me. But yeah.
Universe that you can enjoy.
Yeah, you don't have time to grind, like he's saying, right?
Play something for 20 minutes.
Right.
World of Warships is just that. I love it.
I have a final question for me. Do I need joystick, controller, or keyboard mouse?
So a lot of the best like PvPers and stuff, they just use keyboard and mouse.
Yeah. I use keyboard and mouse too, because I'm more of a ground combatant.
Everybody can just use keyboard and mouse perfectly fine. The immersion is
that's right. The Ubisoft Parrot game, Oscar.
Got me, right? So it's like when you're walking around, whatever, flying around. I just wanted to take it to the next level, so I did get a HOTAS, hands-on throttle and stick. So it's like I'm pushing forward on my throttle, got my joystick type of thing.
Oh, I would love to do
Some people
that.
like dual sticks if they're like in like smaller ships. They like to be more maneuverable, so they're kind of like this and like Mandalorian. It's taste and preferences. There's really no best way. It's really just what you.
If I bought two joysticks, I do plan to get a joystick when I come back to. I'm going to see my family this summer in Brittany. When I come back from Brittany, I do plan to get a joystick. I'm probably going to be using it for Starfield if it's compatible, but that's as much as I can. If I buy two joysticks, even cheap ones, for my wife will not understand. She was gonna, why do you have two joysticks? One is enough. She just kill me.
Personally enjoy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say you've convinced me. It was $45 to buy in. I'm gonna.
There we go.
Yeah. I want to land on a planet. I'm sure I'm gonna get the Volkswagen bug of ships when I start.
It's
but
fine.
I'm looking
So
forward to it.
remember, it's an alpha. So alpha is not for everybody. If you're fine with when you load the game, you wake up out
It's
of your
alpha.
bed,
I
you
like that
stand
he
up,
says
and
it.
then you fall through the planet, you laugh at it.
Yeah.
Start over. Things happen. If you land,
Exactly. Yes, I like this guy. He's got it right. Yeah, happens sometimes. You have a delivery box. You fall off the stairs. You die. Things happen. Right? Yeah. You want to go. You leave your ship. You clip through the pad. Unfortunately, you can't get out. You die. Exactly. Laugh at it. It is what it
land
is.
your ship, you're like perfect landing. Ship blows up, just laugh.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's
Perfect. Perfect landing is shipless. Yeah. Oh yeah. These things happen.
perfect. Where you have no bugs for
And
maybe
that's
a
the
month,
best part.
Right? Just perfect gameplay. So it all depends on what's going on in the back end, how they're developing the game, and I've never known a game to be developed in a way where the creators of the game are so in tune with the community, actively telling the community what's going on.
Not always, but
They do live shows every week and all kinds of forums saying this is the new patch notes. This patch is going live in the back end. You won't see anything, but this is what's happening.
yeah. And then you got a surprise price change for the Cutlass.
So informative, and that makes it more comfortable for me to spend my time playing a game like this and buying a ship or two every now and then.
Cool.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks. By the way, I'm going to mention it again. the Poets. Find his content on YouTube. Go over there, like and subscribe.
Yeah,
click
great
that
guy.
bell button.
I
And
follow
of
him
course,
on Twitter,
TikTok,
actually.
Search for the Poets, DAPOETS.
All right, that's an awesome video. Exit full screen here. I'll give this. I'll give this a like. It's probably already liked. That's awesome. I put the link in the description down below so you can check out the full video as well.